Phil and Tish. So we have a radio show on PBA FM every Wednesday night. It's been going for about 7 or 8 years now. Rock Hard with Phil and Tish. And we try and rock.
Yeah, PBA FM every Wednesday night. We are 9 p.m. Australian Central Standard Time. We are your local insane metalheads. Anything that you love, all the way from Bon Jovi or even something softer like Warrant, Stronger Now, all the way through to, I think we've even played Fetid Gore on the show. So we're very much a variety show of heavy and hard rock.
No, I think you're selling yourselves a bit short by saying local though, because I usually got national repute. You guys, everyone knows and loves you. So,
thanks,
especially out beyond the local bit, I think.
That's awesome. Thank you. We've actually got a dude in the Netherlands got a Rock Hard with Phil and Tish tattoo.
Yeah,
which is that's our claim to fame. You know, that's...
Oh yeah, not a bad looking tattoo either. It came out pretty well.
Not bad at all. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, because it's me.
No way, I'll do it. But nah, good on him. That's awesome.
Good on him. But aside from the fact that you have got one of the best radio shows in Australia, you're also about to put on Rock Hard Festival, which is going to be the first time we've ever done it at Woodshed in Royal Park, about 20 minutes out of Adelaide, over October 10th and 11th. Like, that's not too far away, guys. How's it tracking? Is on target?
It's good, man. Yeah. It's good. It's like, Adelaide's Adelaide. So, we have a big, boom in tickets, and then it slows down and then it picks up again. But we know what Adelaide's like. But no, it's cool. We're good mates with Ace from Woodshed, the owner of Woodshed, and he'd been talking to us about it for a while.
He started talking to us about it, and then I got pregnant, and I had to spend my entirety of my pregnancy saying, Ace, let me have the baby. Let me have the baby. Let me have the baby. And I think it was the week I got induced to have the baby. He said, all right, guys, come up for a meeting while Woodshed's closed. And we started to finalize everything for this. It's a pipe dream, really. Like, I never thought I would host a music festival, let alone, I guess, we're the promoters of it too. And it's wild.
It's good fun though. We've picked they're all bands we have relationships with over the journey. So I think that's the thing. It's bands we're fans of. I mean, The Poor, I was 14 when I got into them, and it actually annoys me because Skeeny's older than me, and I look a hell of a lot older than what he is.
He wouldn't he, the bastard?
he doesn't bloody age, but yeah, I've been a fan of them since I was 14, and actually before Tish joined the show, it was about a week before she joined the show. He was the first interview I did where I actually reached out to someone that I grew up enjoying their music. And I thought, I'll shoot him a message. I'm going to fire a shot and see what he says. And a couple of weeks later, he came back and he said, yeah, I'd love to have a chat, and chatted to him for about an hour on the show. And because I'm such a fan, right, these guys to me, like when you're 14, they're like larger than life rock stars. And to think, he's having a chat on our show and, probably opened up the courage to be able to interview other bands and stuff that we've loved. But it's literally every band that we've got on this festival are just great Aussie bands, and we're so stoked that they've agreed to play.
Yeah, and absolutely apologies to all the other bands that we haven't been able to squeeze on. We weren't able to do a massive car park festival this year. I think we put up the post about doing the festival, and we had probably close to, if not over 100 different bands. We want to play, can we play? And I think that's been the hardest thing. Of course, you got the promoting and everything, but, I'm sure like yourself as well, you have personal relationships with all these bands, and sitting there trying to work out and curate such a killer lineup with the best we can provide was just so difficult.
It's like trying to pick a favourite child, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is.
And there's many other favourite children that we just can get on, but we still love them.
You guys have been doing this for a while now, as you say. So why decide that now is the right time to do your own festival?
I reckon it was just like Adelaide. For me, the Woodshed is such a great venue in Adelaide. As rock metal lovers, you sort of walk in that place and it feels like home. There's just
through the Elder Door.
Yeah, music from the Elder Door when you walk in. There's Skid Row guitars. There's just pictures of all our idols sort of growing up, and going to the gigs there and seeing the show. It was like, this is such a great a great venue for Adelaide, and I think a great venue for rock and heavy music in Australia. So why not? Like that, I think that's the perfect time. We've got a great venue, run by some of our best mates, and to be able to bring some of our favourite bands out there, it's just it had to happen. We had to do it.
It had to. Now you mentioned that the amount of bands you had to choose from, like, well, what's the thought process with booking it? Like, do you lock in the headliner and then try and find bands that'll suit with that, or do you have a hit list from the start and you work through regardless?
For us, the way we sort of did it, we had, I think at the time it was 3 potential headliners. And then we worked out, I'm terrible at music terms, so I'm going to use wrestling terms. Then we worked out the mid card thereafter. So, get your main eventer and then your mid card. The mid card was set pretty much just after the first discussion that we had, minus a couple of bands that couldn't come because of prior tour obligations or family obligations. So it was sort of, what can we do that's a variety? So Chainsaw Preachers, they're from Adelaide. They're a little bit more of your punk band. Then you've got your girl and a little bit country flavor now with Carly Jewell, mix in your Ablaze as well to get that really, I think for me, and I think you're the same, that really broad mix of all music, and Shadow Monarchy and Terror Axis bring in a little bit more of a heavy side as well.
Yeah, no, I think we couldn't go super heavy with the lineup, but I reckon it's one of those shows that anyone could sort of go to if you like rock music, if you like hard rock and metal, there's going to be something for you. And like these bands, we fucking love every single one of them. Like that's the reason we do it, is because we're fans, and what I want people to come to this show and they see like a band like Gen 2 for the first time, and they walk away going, these guys are amazing, and they go out and buy their album, buy their merchandise. That's the whole reason we do the radio show. That's the reason that we're doing this, is we want people to sort of experience those experiences that we have with these bands.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Can't wait.
No, I've looked through the bands. So there's probably 90% of them I haven't heard before, and I reckon you should know, like the bands you've got on in 10 years' time, I can see them still being going, but in the next level of Australian music, like you've done well with your choices.
Thank you. I think a band on the list that was one of the first I mentioned, and it is that sort of looking at the projection of that band, for me was Lonely Empire. They're a bunch of teenagers, and to me, it's a different music style, but it's almost akin to the Runaways. These kids wanting to take on the world, kick ass. When they're on stage, it's like fucking Energizer bunnies.
Yeah, right.
They're absolutely mental, but all I can see for them is them being that next big thing. And in a couple of years, like they're so young that they've got that time to build. And that was a huge thing. Yeah.
Now, I pretty much know the answer to this one, but I want to hear it from your mouth. Like, was there ever any thought to an international headliner, or did you know that Aussie bands were good enough?
Oh, Aussie bands 100% are good enough. I think we look, and we love international bands, and it would be amazing to have like an international band headline. But this is, this for us, at least this year, is very much completely about people hearing great Aussie music, and that's what we're here to support. And I could say every single band on this bill will blow you away live. Like it's one of those shows, like because we've seen everyone.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we've seen everyone on this lineup live. Bar Warbirds, I haven't seen Warbirds yet.
Sorry.
Which I'm super excited to see. But every single band here, they know how to work a crowd. They're going to play. They play it like it's a stadium. So it's going to be a ripper. I can't wait.
No, it's awesome. I think maybe the only international, and we're going to take them and claim them as our own, would be Phil's band Devilskin. They were probably the closest, because we can't help it here in Australia and go, oh yeah, Devilskin, and then you go, oh shit, no, hang on, throw them back over the ditch.
You hear them talk and you got that Kiwi accent, it's like, they're not ours.
Yeah, wait, go back.
Yeah, we can claim them. That's what we do, isn't it? We claim everyone from New Zealand who we like. So.
Well, I only actually saw the Paw about 3 days ago, and they're on fire, and their new bass player, Stewie, is fucking good. Like I thought it was going to take a lot to replace Matty, which it will.
Yeah.
Stewie was pretty bloody good.
Oh mate, their last album is it's
I think it's one of the best
amazing.
come out in
So-
years. Yeah.
Such a return to form, and I think that's a great thing about the Paw is, you know, they're not a band who like they're just energized. You can hear that the passion's there, and they kick ass live. We saw Skeeny
Couple
couple of weeks ago with the Filthy Animals.
How good
Came
are they?
down by Dave Leslie. It's like, what a ripper show!
That was the best.
What a ripper show! So cannot wait. And this is super exciting as well. This is like my childhood dream. We have a brewer doing a Rock Hard Festival beer that's going to be canned and kegged
Yeah.
for the event. And the brewery is Beer No Evil, who Adelaide Brewery, who are very much they combine metal with their big metal head. So it's metal beer. They produce some of the best beers in Australia and some of the highest rated beers in Australia. And they asked if they could get on board and do a Rock Hard Festival beer.
A 6.6% West Coast IPA.
6.66.
It
Yeah.
was Woodshed exclusive, and then looking at going and making it so people can buy it and take home our little devilish faces when they can.
Right. And it's smart from you guys too, because actually Drink Riders covered for all the bands too, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And us. They're I don't know if you're a big
There
beer
are
drinker.
times you're being creepy.
Their beers are amazing, so I can't wait to have a try of that.
She sips from a glass of wine.
Yes. I've got to have variety, right?
Of course. You're a lady of elegance, of course you do.
I don't know about both of those words, but
Well, speaking of the Paw, you've got them headlining both nights on the Friday or the Saturday. Like, you do know that you're going to have to assign one person to Skeeny for Friday night to make sure he gets some sleep before Saturday, eh?
there's at Woodshed, there's like these tiny little levels above the bar and across from the bar. I'm thinking we may have to lay out like a little mattress and a swag and just be like, dude, get up there. We'll bring you like a sloppy, greasy Macca's in the morning.
Him all night, ushering him to the door. Like, trust me. If I come, I'll do that for you. I'll take that on.
Yeah, perfect. We'll just get you like a t-shirt, like Skeeny's personal.
Skeeny's minder.
Yes, I love it.
That'd be brilliant.
So on that subject, like I hope I'm right here, but it was originally only going to be Saturday. Then you added the Friday as well. So why decide to have the Paw headline both nights instead of grab another headliner in?
Oh, because we love the Paw.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're coming down to Adelaide for it as well. We want to make it worth their while as well. And I absolutely love seeing these guys live, and it was a really good opportunity for us to give them a second sort of headliner show. And you know, it was also a good excuse to bring on like Audio Rain and Warbirds and Like the Empire. Because Audio Rain, you know, if you haven't seen them live before, they are a ripping live band. They're actually the first band, I believe, that I had in the studio for an interview, which would have been back in like 2018. So it's kind of cool to have the first band we had in the studio for an interview, and also the first band that I reached out to directly to have a chat with. So
I mentioned the Audio Rain one's still probably one of your longest too, because Jake doesn't fucking shut up, does he? He can talk, that bastard.
we love Jake. He's so cool, because we had planned the Friday gig for a while, and I was just like, Jake, shh. He can't say anything, and he's like, when, and we're like, just chill. We'll put it out there eventually. But no, we couldn't have done it without you know, obviously having Audio Rain, one of the best Aussie hard rock bands, and definitely one of our South Aussie bands as well. So they put on a cracking show. It's going to be awesome.
Now, I don't know the exact figures, but I do know when I was looking through it too, you're selling single day tickets or weekend tickets. But the best part I saw about that was the single tickets, if you bought two of them, it wasn't much less or much more than if you got a whole weekend pass. So I think it was $5 difference. So you may as well get the whole weekend. And
100%.
Definitely. And, you know, if we're being realistic, we're people who go to gigs outside of our radio show, we're normal, have to work 9-to-5 jobs. I think a huge thing was having a stellar lineup and having it as accessible as possible.
Yeah.
You know, it's not where you have to go, or typically, I'm not, you know, not painting everyone with the same brush, but you wouldn't typically for a lineup like this and the pricing of our tickets need to go, all right, I've got to save up. Whereas other acts, even though he's my favorite singer of all time, are charging $100 for a small room.
Yeah.
for one 45-minute show. Whereas with us, you get, you know, is it 11 or 12 incredible different bands? Almost half of them are South Australian. I think if I wasn't us, I would have snapped up tickets straight away.
Yeah. And there's also a deal on, I believe, the t-shirt and
Yes.
as well. What's the go with that?
So you get like a sexy zombified two-headed Phil and Tish.
Why the two-headed? Like, it's not Tasmanian.
Ask him.
I don't know, man. I've been drinking, and which is actually annoying because I didn't know you were going to have.
I said to you, I'm having a
Yeah.
wine because I'm so nervous being on the other side.
I'm drinking water with a Winnie the Pooh glass.
Winnie's bum.
Of metal. But I don't know why. It just got stuck on my head. It's going to be like a zombie, two-headed version of us. And Tish was like, "That's stupid." And I'm like, "Nah, just let's do it. Let's do it." And we got this dude on in Indonesia, on Fiverr in Indonesia to put it together. And it's such a cool design. It's going to be like on the t-shirt. It's going to be on the. We're going to do some stubby holders. We're also going to have that as it's going to be the can design.
Yeah.
With Be No Evil. The only thing is, right, he's taken photos of us, and this is the bit that messes with my head a little bit. He's taken photos, and if you look at the photo, I've got a really big moob. So he's looked at the picture of me, and he's like, he's got ample titty space here. He has. He's given me a tit, and I'm like, I can't argue it because I kind of do have a tit.
Tell him that's the breast part of it.
I was thinking maybe it's my pectoral muscles, but it's definitely not.
Mm-hmm. He did a great job. If you need anything, if you're a band, a business, anything, reach out to him on Instagram. His handle is actually just Indonesian Artist. Incredible. Did such an amazing job.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, we spoke about this a little bit before, but not only are you putting on Australia's newest and best metal hard rock festival, you guys also do have a weekly radio show from 9 till midnight on every Wednesday night on PBAFM 89.7. So tell us about that. Like, when did you start it? What's your goal with it? Like,
yeah. Well, I started back in, I reckon it was 2018, and it was just a 1 hour show, and did it every Saturday arvo. Then I got offered Saturday afternoon. Then I got offered a 3-hour slot on Wednesday night, so I started doing it. Tish had done Australian radio school through Sean Craig Murphy at Triple M, which I'd done a few years before that. And I saw a photo of her, and she had a Youth Gone Wild tattoo. She had alopecia at the time, completely bald, Youth Gone Wild tattoo. And I reached out to Sean. I'm like, "What's Tish like?" You know, because I'd like to get a co-host. He's like, she's mad.
Yeah, still am.
Yeah. So got her on board, and then we've been doing it now for like I said, 7 years or so. It's been awesome, man. We get to play. The whole reason, in the same way as a festival, we do it because we love music, and we want people to have those experiences with the songs that we have, because we're just massive music fans. And along the way, we've been able to interview some of our absolute heroes, Australian, internationally. You know, if someone said to me when I started this show that we would have the opportunities that we've had based on it, it's I wouldn't have thought it. Oh, yeah, we got married as well.
Oh yeah, we got married and had kids.
But that's
nothing.
The number one highlight is still this festival with the poor. Not that.
She's only using you for your radio voice, you know that, eh?
Yeah, exactly right.
Look, I needed a platform. But, you know, for me it was and I hate to say the line, but I'm one of those people that it's like born in the wrong generation. Although I think if I was born earlier and grew up in the 80s, I probably would have died by the time it got to like 92. I wouldn't have survived. But my biggest dream since I was about 15, 16 years old, I wanted to be Ricky Rackman. I wanted to be Headbangers Ball. That's all I wanted to do. So radio for me was like, okay, MTV is a load of shit now. Can't really do much. I was trying to do stuff on a YouTube platform. Can't really do much on there with music because of all the copyright and everything, which is fair enough. Bands need to own their music, or production companies and record companies need to own their music and get their money. So it was sort of like, okay, radio. I went to a Steel Panther concert. The morning after that, I was after partying with them at Frankie's, I was sat in Terminal 23 in Sydney Airport, and my friend's like, "You're applying to Australian radio school." And that was it. you reached out to me, and I think within our first phone call the following day, it was like, did we just become best friends? Like
cool.
it was though. It was like so instant.
It's a bit annoying, but
You were like straight away. You were like, "What's your favorite song?" Mine's "Wanted Dead or Alive" by Bon Jovi, and I went, "No shit, mine's "Wanted Dead or Alive" by Bon Jovi." And it was just
that loses our metal cred though, doesn't it?
no, it doesn't.
I'm going to highlight that bit of the interview and just make sure that goes out.
Do it. We named our son Richie. We don't lose any credit. But it was, as soon as our show started building and we started finding out we have listeners in the Netherlands and England and New Jersey. I think we've had listeners before in South America as well. That was huge to me because it was like, okay, this was my goal, was to be on a platform where I share music I love. I'm sharing Australian bands with people legitimately the other side of the world. And it's built from there. And I think I don't know about you, but my long-term goal, I guess, and the direction I want the show to go in is to just become that premier hard rock heavy metal show, the place that bands want to be interviewed. Like the Dreadful Tides, we were the first radio show they ever reached out to. And that was a huge honor to give them a little jump start. I'd love it if it was behind the music and they talk to us and we're like, yeah, this band doesn't talk to us anymore.
They're too big.
They're super big, but we gave them their first jump. And for me, I'd love it if we could maybe branch into, and we've discussed this with Ace at Woodshed, is Phil and Tish Presents, which would be your one-off shows. So for the sake of the argument, Mammal, bring them down because they're killer, play them at Woodshed and look at building, I guess, the live stuff now, because for so long of our show in particular, I joined in June 2019. So for so long of our show, it was everything's inside, everyone's shut down. So to take it out on a live arena would be huge.
Nice. And I see the show's actually recorded live as well. Like, that's a bit dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It can be.
No, we've always done the show live. It's funny. I reckon the later you get, the looser it gets. So either that or the more tired we are, and we just play a song. But it's more fun doing it live. I reckon that the first show I did, I was going to a footy game, and this was when it was the 1 hour show, and I pre-recorded it. And I'd stuff up the intro all the time, so you just keep replaying it, and it's like, who cares? It's fine if you stuff up, you stuff up.
I think I'm the only one who said fuck out of the two of us on the show. And that I blame Phil for, because he called me the day after I had surgery. Although the day I had surgery, so I'm off my head on like morphine and pain blockers and everything. He's like, hey, I'm like, fuck yeah!
He would have thrown you into that too. What's the funniest, worst thing to happen to you guys live on air then?
Mango.
Oh yeah, we interviewed Mango from Ablaze, and everything went wrong. I didn't think we were going on air. I didn't know what was happening, and then we finally got off the interview after it just me running away every 5 seconds. I thought something had happened, and it just wasn't going to air. And then I forgot to turn the microphone off when we.
Yeah, Mango and I just sat there talking.
I'm like, man, I'm so sorry. This sucks so much. Blah blah blah. That was the worst thing live, I reckon. I'm going to have to mention.
Oh no, you don't.
Life of Agony, my favourite band, right? We interviewed Keith Caputo, who's my favourite singer of my favourite band. It's something that was my dream. We interviewed Joey Z, their guitarist, last year, which was amazing. Got to interview Keith Caputo, and we couldn't get into the radio studio. So we did it over WhatsApp and did a video recording and everything. And I left Tish to organise all the technical side of things. An hour and a half interview, and it was fucking epic. None of the audio recorded. None. It was just, so we've got video. We got great video.
We have evidence.
No audio.
It's a great interview.
Oh man, I was devastated. We almost divorced.
Like the festival nearly got cancelled because we almost cancelled each other.
Oh, it was. Yeah, there's been a lot of mistakes, a lot of stuff ups, but a lot of fun as well.
You guys, you do a lot on the radio, but you mainly champion the cause of Australian music, which is great. So how do Aussie bands get in contact with you if they want to be part of the show?
There's a few ways, man. Like just Facebook. That's probably one of the easiest ways. Send us a message on Facebook, Rock Hard with Phil and Tish, or you can email us any MP3s or is it WAV files? WAV files? I don't know. WAV. That one. You can email us at rockhardwithphil@gmail.com.
But Facebook is the best because we've found over the journey using Instagram, X is what it's called now, and email, Facebook, we actually get a notification.
Yeah.
We actually know you're there. Whereas with Instagram, and we do apologize when it happens, but it goes into the requested file sometimes and we miss it. And emails, especially Gmail does my head in. It is a circus. So sometimes you will get missed, but if you message us on Facebook, we can then go, yeah, cool, point of contact.
But you know what? Like, we don't, honestly, we don't give a shit if you got fucking 2 followers or 2 million. Like, at the end of the day, good music's good music, and we want to be able to give a platform to anyone. Like, you know, as small as that platform is from us, you know, if we can, you know, potentially have a few extra people listen to your music and go out and buy it, then that's what we're doing it for.
100%.
Fantastic. And how about Rock Hard Festival? Where do people go to get tickets for that?
Oztix. Head over there. Do yourself a favor. Get yourself the full weekend and t-shirt bundle. You'll look sexy while you're listening to some incredible bands.
Drink good beer.
Yes, and drink amazing beer. It's going to be awesome. Look, honestly, this is round 1.
Yeah.
This is the first one ever. You know, speaking of bands reaching out to us, a pipe dream that I've had is that we will maybe even look at doing a battle of the bands to work out who plays next year a little bit. Even if it's a online one, everyone plays, you know, their set and we play it on our Facebook, people will reach out. But this is step 1, and it's an honor that we even get to do this starting from a small community radio show. It's huge.
But definitely, man, it's buy tickets, buy them early, because it is selling really well at the moment, and we don't want you to miss out. And there's going to be some, without saying too many details, there's going to be some pretty cool Aussie rock royalty that will be in the crowd as well. Just
I've got a fair idea who that is.
And some
and know who lives there.
no, this one's a traveling guest.
A couple of travelling guests, yes.
Travelling guests.
When we wind this up.
We will. And there might be a controversial king of AFL football in the crowd as well.
But we should actually try and sort out that one who does work in live in Adelaide. That's not a bad idea.
Yes. Him and Scandy are really good mates. So
he's on the list. And we're inviting the Premier of South Australia, Peter Milanauskas. If you're listening to this, Millie, you're invited. You've done so much for entertainment in this state.
But no, it's going to be. I just can't wait for it to be done and for it to all sort of all come together. And we're going to have some fun sort of giveaways and games and stuff. And you know,
I just thought of an idea. People, if you have a beard, we should do the best coloured beard contest. So dye your beards. We're doing that.
Devil skin lookalike contest.
Yeah, there you go.
Next year.
Now, I'm not finished with you guys yet. So before I let you go, I've got a new segment I've started with Heavy called Photo Bomb. So basically, I troll through your social media before we chat. I find a couple of photos I want to know a little bit more about. So this one here, like, I don't know what's in the air down there in Adelaide, but a high portion of your photos have all got you sticking your tongues out. Like, you're licking
that's my dad.
Down there. Like, you've got that one. Like, you used to do it individually there. And then you've got this one where you're in a photo and your tongues are out.
So for me, I blame essentially Gene Simmons and then my father. My dad, as soon as he saw Kiss on the telly when he was a kid and he saw Gene with the tongue out and then the blood dripping out of the mouth, was like, yep, that's my new gimmick. I'm going to put my tongue out and metal horns all the time. So it kind of developed from this one to this one. And then I just went, yeah, Dad does that. I'm a child. And then it just grew.
I think
this in the family photos.
One of you just got your tongue out.
Actually, like, I'm not even going to lie. I don't even notice I do it.
Me too.
Now. I know I always say devil horns because I feel awkward. I feel uncomfortable.
See, I do it to go with my hand tats now. It's not so much like awkward. It's look, I'm hard.
I always do that, but I don't really. There you go.
Look at your photos. You do that a hell of a bloody lot, mate.
I do it all the time. Maybe I'm going to do this from now
You'd be like, fuck you, Crispy.
on. Never doing it again. It's done.
Now, speaking of Kris, I'm glad you gave me the perfect segue there because these guys obviously won a contest to meet yous.
Yeah, they did. So we ran that contest through Dr. McGee Entertainment. No, that was one of the biggest dreams come true. And my little viral TikTok moment was meeting Kris and getting my old man to meet Kris. So we had the privilege of interviewing Dr. McGee. And if you are listening to this and you know Heavy Magazine, I'm sure you know Dr. McGee. But for those of you who don't know, think the likes of Bon Jovi, my favorite band in the entire world, Skid Row, Motley Crue, and later in their career, Kiss. That's when Doc comes into the fold. And Phil, again, was drinking. Emailed, he went through, I think, LinkedIn or something ridiculous and found a McGee Entertainment email. Sent an email. Doc was like, yeah, cool, done. We'll interview. We could have spoken to him for about 4 hours.
We had COVID at the time as well, where you couldn't leave.
Yeah, we were
So
sick.
we found out the night before. I'm like, oh shit! So we're doing it at home. Luckily, the audio recorded for this one. But yeah, then we already had tickets, and then he offered us.
Yeah, he said to me,
full access.
Give me a call when I land in Adelaide. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'll keep an eye out on all the winery tours and I'll keep an eye out on the flights coming in. And I went, all right, he's landed. And we worked together at the same building at the time. And I was like, Phil, where's your phone? I need to call Doc. Let me call him. I was like a little bunny, like freaking out. And I rang him and he went, hello, this is Doc. And I went, hey, Doc, it's Tish. And he went, Tish, baby, how are you, darling? Right. And I'm there like, don't pass out because Doc McGee's kind of remembered who you are. And I was like, oh, hey, man, you said to us, reach out so we could catch up before the show or whatever. He's like, yeah, cool. How many do you need? I was like, is there any chance I could bring my dad? My dad saw Kiss when he was either 11 or 12 for the first time. It was the 1981 tour just after Creatures. And then he's been the biggest Kiss fan I know. I mean, not as big as me. I have Jean's face tattooed on my body. But he's one of the biggest Kiss fans ever. So are we. We've got the, like, little shrine. But I said to him, can I bring my dad, please? And he goes, yeah, it's all about family. Bring your dad. Okay, awesome. We went into a meeting room and I rang Dad, and our football team just got knocked out of the finals. It was all shit. So I rang him and I was like, hey, can you finish work early tomorrow? He goes, yeah. Well, I'm like, do you want to meet Kiss? And he went, oh, fucking yeah, right. Like, my dad's really awkward. Fuck yeah, I'd love to meet Kiss. Then Phil's filming it, chucked that on TikTok. That went viral. A few days later, we're at Adelaide Entertainment Centre and we walk up and Phil's like, I'm not saying it. I'm like, I have no shame. He's a multimillionaire who's given us something. I don't care. So I walk up, I'm like, hi, we're guests of Doc McGee. And the lady goes, oh, yes, you're the only ones on this package. Wow. Come on in. So we went through, we were in the Bodyline, I think it's the Bodyline bar. No, that's the cricket bar, the Nashville bar we were in. Sinking the piss with Sarah McLeod after the Super Jesus set. She was great. Then we were lined up to meet. Then we saw the acoustic warm-up with Kiss, went over, met Doc. He is one of the most lovely, humble, time for everyone people I've ever met. Cool. And then we're in the lineup to meet Kiss. You met Danny Francis.
Oh, no, Danny Francis.
The coolest security guy in the history of 80s rock and metal.
He did a book years ago. He was Bon Jovi's head of security during the Slipper in Jersey tours. It was Led Zeppelin, Bad Company, and Kiss. And he did this amazing book. He was on all the Jovi videos back in the day, so I got to meet him.
Moscow Music Peace Festival. Yeah. He stopped Motley Crue getting murdered by Bon Jovi. Because Motley Crue are the little Sunset Strip boys and Bon Jovi are the big, hard Italians from...
But yeah, it was a fucking cool... That's probably one of the big highlights, I reckon.
I think the main thing I learned about you guys looking through your photos is that you do know some pretty cool people, but you've also know some people with absolutely fantastic taste. Like, I found this is just two of them, just to show you. Look at the shirts they're wearing.
There you go.
Look, it's Phil Jr.
Doesn't matter who it is. Look at the shirts they're wearing.
Fuck yeah, we do.
That's awesome, man. Nah, they're fucking legends. And how cool is Paul Martin? I've definitely got the inspiration from him with the beard.
Yours is so you're a lot taller than Paul, but Paul's beard is a lot bigger than yours.
And is a lot taller than Paul. Come on.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you're tall.
Yeah, I'm an ant. Yeah. And I'm
I could see a new album too, actually, while we're talking Devil Skin. That blew me away.
Oh, Dude, I don't know how they do it, but they get better every record.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're amazing. Such a great people as well. And
Yes.
you know, Paul's been so kind with his time to us. And again, like, you know, we're like, fucking hell, man, you devil skin, you Paul Martin.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking to us. Like,
Even when we went to New Zealand just as punters, he was like, when are you going? When are you going to be there? I'm going to try and book my bike trip around you guys being there so we can hang. Like, he's just
You're
so
doing
cool.
something right, when that shit happens. You know you're doing something right anyway. It's good.
it's a lot of fun. And yeah, we love Richo as well. Like,
Oh, Richo's nuts. He's so cool.
Well, speaking of fun and getting amongst it with music, you guys are putting on the first ever Rock Hard Festival, October 10th, October the 11th in Adelaide. There's still a couple of tickets left. You get the poor both nights. You get the cream of Australian music. So congratulations to you guys and keep on
Thank
tracking.
you.
thanks so much, man. And thanks for the chat.